Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining in. I just wanted to, I've been coming in. My name's Jackie Anthony. I've been coming in, obviously, friends, hopefully you know that. But I've been coming in live every morning at 9 a.m. to talk to you guys about different things and kind of put a little positivity out there in the world. So especially when there was so much negativity going on, I'm definitely seeing a lot more positivity, and I love that. And I'm super excited to get through all of this. I decided to set up my little vlogging set this morning, and hopefully this works out. I do have an Apple iPhone, so the microphone that came with the set does not connect directly because it has an aux cord, and my phone does not have that. So I'm gonna have to just play by ear. Hopefully you guys can hear me, don't have any issues, and hopefully the lighting has made a difference. Bailey wants to say good morning, so good morning, say hi. But again, I come in every morning at 9 a.m., talk to you guys about different things that I have observed that have been going on that seem to be impacting people in my life, and think of ways to present it to help other people. So if you've joined in, thank you so much. Also, this really was put out there so that it can make a difference or maybe bring some light into people's lives. What I'm going to talk about today is imposter syndrome. If you know anybody who might suffer from this or maybe who deals with this, and I have to be honest with you, I strongly feel like all of us at one point or another in our lives have dealt with this. Definitely make sure that you're liking this, commenting, tagging people, and sharing the videos. Start a watch party, let people know that, I am coming in every day and talking about these different things. Anyway, imposter syndrome, what it is just basically feeling like you're being an imposter, that you are doing something that you're not fully prepared to do or fully equipped to handle or manage. One example, I was talking to a coach of mine the other day that was just like, I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready to, talk to people. I don't feel confident. It's one of those things that, when I thought about being a first-time mother, right? I don't know what it's like to be a mom. They don't hand you a manual. You don't, all you have is the experience of being a child and knowing what your parents were like. So I certainly suffered from this when I had my son, and I was relatively young. I was just before I turned 21, and I just thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? I'm not a mom. I don't know how to be a mom. So, obviously over time, you learn things, you grow, you become a different person. So that just, changes things. But you see this more often in a business environment where people are hired to do a job and maybe have minimal experience or really want to do something and kind of expand. But as time goes on, you start to really feel like maybe I wasn't quite equipped enough to take on this job. Are they going to see through me? Are they going to know that I am not as confident as I should be at this job? Are they going to realize that, I don't have all of the skill set that I need, that I'm not really prepared to be in charge of all of these people, or, whatever the case may be. And again, in particular, we were talking about, posting to social media, reaching out to people, talking to people about what we're doing, and being, being a coach and being a good person in general. And so it's just kind of one of those things where you take a look at it. Good morning, Amanda. I hope you guys are staying warm. I know in Ohio it was pretty cold from everything everybody was posting. I'm doing good this morning. I'm super excited. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day out today, and we're going to get a lot done around this house in the yard. I have a feeling. Hopefully we're going to grill out today because I think that would be amazing. But anyway, so getting back to this, imposter syndrome, it's, it's nice here. I'm sorry. I'll send you some pictures. But when it comes to, having confidence in anything that you do, you have to really look at that. I know you mentioned that that'll be warmer for you tomorrow. That's great. But when it comes to, working and having a business and in doing that, you really need to take a look at, what made you feel like you had the confidence and really be able to, want to take on this job. What in the first place was it that appealed to you that you thought that you could really, work with? Because those things are what's going to drive you. And this kind of really transitions and, brings me to the fake it till you make it type of mentality. And, I know many times in my life when I was younger, it was like, oh, you just literally fake it till you make it, right? Like as you're growing, as you're learning, as you're training, whatever position it is, you just continue to, and I was really good at, and I strongly encourage anybody, if you don't know the answer, I'm not saying fake that, but having the confidence in faking. So it's like, if you don't know the answer, I'm not sure about that. I'm new to this, but I will research this and get back to you. And that is so important, making sure that you are actually getting good answers and you are following through. So that's where you then kind of make it, right? Because now I didn't have the answer, but I know the answer. And the next time I'm asked that question, I'm going to know again. And that's really what it comes from. All too often, imposter syndrome comes from not being confident, not feeling like you have the knowledge, not feeling like you have the know-how to really be able to achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve. But you can and you will. It's just going to take time. It's just like anything else in our lives. We didn't learn to walk in a day. We didn't learn to talk in a day. It takes time, and it takes time to grow as a person. So don't be so hard on yourself. This also really speaks to, I talked about a couple of books that I really like, and it's about putting out into the world what you want to get back. And Unlimited by Jillian Michaels and The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. To me, those are both really great books that are indicative of exactly what I'm talking about. Again, putting out into the world, doing the things that you want to do, and then actually having them to come to fruition and really be a part of your life. So again, imposter syndrome has come up so many times in recent conversations and podcasts that I'm listening to, just different things. And my grandma just liked this video. Thank you, Grandma. But it just made me think, there were so many people who my grandma's pretty religious. She likes to read her Bible every day, and it's always been kind of her thing, right? She grew up that way. And I know that there are certain people who, and I don't want to get into a whole sermon. That would definitely be being an imposter at that point. But I do want to say that there are times where, it's scary. It's scary to think about being a Christian. It's scary to think about going to church and not knowing anybody, and what are they going to think of me if they know that I've been a sinner? And, I'm sure there are many, many, many thoughts that go through your mind, but you're not an imposter. You're just a person who's trying to live a better life. And once you learn, the Word of God, and again, this was my grandma's, kind of liking this video that really made me think about it. But once you really, embrace that life, once you start to get to know everything, you understand that God forgives, you understand that, there are so many options to growing as a person and becoming a better person. And the reason why you wanted to be a Christian in the first place is because you saw that there were other opportunities for you. Again, all of this just kind of goes back together and really, correlates how we all can feel at different times and in different variations in our life that we're imposters. So I implore you to really just embrace whatever it is that you have taken on as a challenge, and kind of really look at what it is that you want to accomplish, and then just grow. Accept yourself for who you are right now, and it's okay to not know everything right from the get-go. It's okay to not immediately be an expert in whatever it is that you're doing. Just learn, grow. There are some people that I listen to that I absolutely love on podcasts that talk about how they didn't have a clue what they were doing. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. And so I'm constantly looking for ways to improve what I'm doing, how to help people, how to be a better person just in general in regards to that. And a lot of the people that I listen to, they're just like, I felt like such an imposter. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to Google ways to be successful. I had to really look at, digging in deep and finding the knowledge and finding the information that I needed to be. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. That was very strange. It's never happened before. So anyway, probably should put on airplane mode. See, now I'm learning. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you've learned something. Again, imposter syndrome is something that we all can suffer from at one point or another in our lives, depending on what we are taking on. But we can certainly overcome that by faking it until we make it. And again, in ways where we can actually, take the knowledge that we have that is most likely more than somebody else, maybe not more than everybody, but more than somebody else, and apply that and grow. So continue to, dig in deep, learn about products and services. If you're opening a business or, becoming an entrepreneur, learn about the skill set that you need in your new job opportunity, whatever, again, the case may be. Dig into the Bible if you're looking at, being a born again Christian. I mean, whatever it is that you're going through, just dig in and learn, because that's how you're going to get better at what it is that you're doing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much it means to me to see you guys on here and to know that, hopefully these videos are impacting people. I know that I've gotten some messages from people, and that makes me feel wonderful. I am not a video person. I definitely suffer from imposter syndrome when it comes to this, because it's constantly been a battle for me. I don't know how to really do this, but I'm learning and growing. One of those things is getting this vlogging kit so that I can do a better job at actually having these videos. So again, guys, like, comment, share. Make sure you tune in at 9 a.m. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for Easter. Have a great day.